Hi, good morning. A beautiful day here in Geelong. I'm going to talk to you today about choices. In life, through your whole life you've made choices. It's whether you make good choices, bad choices, or like the wrong choice. But we never ever, I always think of it this way: when you make a choice, don't ever think of it as a losing thing. Like if you made the wrong choice and you lose, that's the wrong way, entirely the wrong way to perceive it. If you make the wrong choice, you have to learn from it. Learning is the most important thing you can do from the wrong choice. Now, one of the greatest people on this earth is the Dalai Lama. He had a fantastic book called The Art of True Happiness. In that book, he basically states that you have a pathway in life and you can either choose misery or you can choose happiness. Now, that's a choice. Now, it's how you decide to deal with those everyday problems that make you the right choice. So, on the path of true happiness, you have two choices: happiness or misery. Only you can determine what path you're on. And yes, we all have struggles. Yes, we all have problems in determining that path. But as we all know, when you make a bad choice and you choose to deal in that negativity, you will get all the negativity thrown at you, and it just sticks. And as we know, we've all experienced that, and we've all been down those areas of depression, great moments in our life which can be affected by it. So it's how we choose to deal with it. I've learned over the years that the key to this is to be happy. It's to think of the positives about that situation. Even though it may be negative, you have to think of the positives. Like, we have to learn from these situations and build that type of that solid foundation that brings us to be a happier person. I've been through a lot of crap, a lot of shit in my life, but I know every day I get stronger. I get stronger by doing motivational things, reading motivational books, and becoming a true happy person. And that book, I can honestly say, The Art of True Happiness, has helped me in a lot of ways, because it makes you look at things in a different perspective. You can move forward with your life. You can choose to stay in the past, or as I can say, you can grow. Now, growing is a great quality in people. When they grow from a learning experience, it propels them forward and prepares them to be more positive and more functional and more outward looking in life and more motivational. I think if you can influence people, that's another great factor in your life. If you can be around those type of people that bring happiness to you, then that's the way you need to. If you go to I think some of these people that go to these meetings where they have helped people, where they've all been through the same experience, yes, it can do good, but yes, it can also do bad, because you're choosing to bring up all those memories. You've got to basically deal with those memories, deal with those past choices that you've had that have been wrong decisions, and move forward. You've got to basically, I don't know, it's like closing a book in your mind and putting it on the shelf and leaving it there, and don't open it up, because if you open it up, you know it's going to affect you. Yes, you have triggers in your life that can trigger off those books to reopen and everything, and yes, you can have those triggers which can affect you in a big way. But honestly, is it worth it? Is it really worth being that unhappy and miserable that it affects your life in an everyday way of life? So I know it's hard, and I honestly believe it is hard for a lot of people to become positive and everything like that, but you've got to start somewhere. And I think for me, like I've said previously, it's like music. Music for me, think of a really good song that motivates you. One of my favourite songs is a song by Blondie called Union City Blues, and if you get a chance, listen to it. It's a fantastic song. It's just like a happy song. It's got a good introduction, a good middle, and a good end, and it really sets me up for the day. And I think if you can have something like that, think of all your good songs. Don't ever think of those songs which bring back those bad memories, because why do you want to go back there? What's the point in going backwards? You have to go forward in life. You have to stay positive and gain momentum. And by making the right choices, you can gain that momentum to create you to go forward and be a more positive person. And be around those positive people. Think about those people that are always positive with you, always there for you. Be around those people and try and get yourself out of that rut. It's getting yourself out of that rut which is the most important thing, and that's where the freedom of choice comes in. Now, everybody in life has the freedom to choose. And at the end of the day, you also, this is a lot of people don't understand this, some people feel obliged if they're asked something to say yes, or to help out people by doing these things, but you do actually have the right to say no. And that's one of the most important things you have to remember, that you do have the right to say no. If you feel you can't cope with something, then say no. Once it's out there, it's how they perceive to take it that's their problem, not your problem. But at least you've done the thing and you've said no. All right? Now that's the first step of being forward and being, making the right choices in life. Because sometimes people expect too much of you, and they think, right, once you can do this, they think, oh, we'll ask him to do this, do this, do this, do this, and then it just spirals out of control. Put your foot down. For once in your life, put your foot down and say no. And you're not going to affect anyone. The only person you're going to affect is that person. So let's remember, choices are important in your life, and it's making that right choice which progresses you forward to the right place. Once you've got that right place in your mind, you can then move forward. And believe me, when you get those choices going and you're being positive in your life, more positiveness comes to you. As they say, positive breeds positivity. Negative breeds negativity. So you have to draw the line. And remember, the most important thing is when you do something wrong, you never lose, you always learn. Learning is the key important factor about when you lose something. You can learn those, and you can learn those lessons to propel people in their lives and progress forward, and share your experiences with positive people, not with negative. So hey, it's been great talking to you. Catch up soon. Adios.